Alright guys, that was a different mix of Steel Dre, instrumental. Um, Guys, just a quick live stream, kind of just talking about a few things happening. There's a lot. She's definitely getting big. She's a little kitten not long ago now, look at her. Huge. Hey? A lot. Hey? Meow, 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 meow. You're getting big, these kittens. They cost a lot of money too to feed. Hey? Hey? A little Bitcoin cat. So, yeah, guys, yeah, just a quick one. I was at the, let's have a look, see if we got any people online. I've got to figure out how to get into my live stream again, because I've got view page on page watch, because I've got two casts running. I got YouTube and Facebook at the same time. Hi Munish, hey Crypto Fez, what's happening? Nikhil Lamba, which Nikhil, he won the Litecoin giveaway yesterday. So he won 0.5 of a Litecoin. So congratulations. So you can stop commenting. Hey Stuart, how you going? Moana. Yeah, look, so we got two cats. That's one of them, and there's another one. So anyway, I went to last night. I was talking to a mate. I was talking to a mate on Facebook, and I was telling him about the Antminer D3, which is the new Antminer that Bitmain's bringing out. And as I was talking to him, because it said it will be available soon. As I was talking to him, they went live. They actually went live and they released a batch. And I had 3 in my shopping cart, and I'm trying to freaking press checkout, but it kept on giving me errors because it thought that I was in China. I wasn't in China, I'm in Thailand. So it wouldn't allow me to save my address thinking I was in China. So I'm trying to press this freaking button to pay for them. And actually I'll move this out of the road, hang on, so then you can see. So I'm trying to pay for these things, and it just kept on getting me an error. Anyway, they sold out in 10 minutes, which is a bit of a shame. So these are the new ones. There's another one too by another company, which is, these ones are a little bit cheaper, but the other one puts out more gigahash. But anyway, these sold out in 10 minutes. This whole batch sold out in 10 minutes. One guy bought 20 of them. And there was a lot of pissed off people, including myself. I mean, I was like trying to buy them, and I couldn't buy them. The shopping cart is really, really clunky. Anyway, so I'll have to wait till the next batch. But if you don't know what these are mining machines, and they mine. This particular one mines Dash. So I did a Steemit post on it actually. I just did a Steemit post on it this morning. Which is this one. This one guy bought, like I said, one guy bought 20 of them at once. So I might even leave that. I might even leave this in the link if you're interested in reading it. But yeah, it's something that you can make money from, other than doing whatever else you're doing. Heaps more hash, 0.5 power. Yeah, there's a couple of them out. This one's cheap, because you can buy 3 of these to the equivalent to the other company. But yeah, I've got to, next time I've just got to be quicker. So that's just what it is, right? They're in high demand. Obviously everyone wants to mine. For me, it's just another income source. That's the way I see it. You can't trust, you can have multiple streams of income, and you can't just trust these online programs. because they will fail you. Okay, they will fail you. Hey, just going to Facebook. Hey Matt, how you going, mate? Hey Reet. Yeah, I'll just talk about that in a second. Reet, Yogesh, how's it going? And I'll talk about that in a second. Actually, Genesis Mining, okay. If you guys follow their updates on Genesis Mining, best to follow them on Twitter. Okay, I'll put the feed in YouTube, and I'll just put the feed in Facebook. Okay, so it's best that you find and you follow these guys on Facebook. What I think is happening with this is their problem now is scalability. That's their problem, right? They're just getting massive, and they're having scalability and basically managing like they've got farms all over the world. They've got data centers all over the world, and technical issues can really plague this sort of companies like this, because it's all run on technology, right? So it can be a real big issue with basically when systems go down, it can like have a whole kind of effect on their actual. Now, from what I believe, it's not the mining side of it, it's the technical side of it with the website and the how they process the payments and all that sort of stuff. So the actual mining side of it is not affected. So from if you've been following their tweets, they've actually said everything when they went down on maintenance and they had issues with the website. You can follow all this stuff. They're all transparent, guys. Technical issues they were having. Then there was issues with the site. I was in the site a couple of times, and it kept on switching me over. Then they fixed that, and now we've accumulated and paid in full the next few mining days. We're sorry for your inconvenience. And they got conferences in Mumbai. They just opened up in Japan. These guys are massive guys. And they hold a lot of. They hold like what they say and what they talk about holds a lot in this space. We know when Genesis Mining, they talk about issues of Bitcoin and where they see the future of going. All the big people in this industry, you know, they listen to them, right? They listen to what they're going to say because they have such big infrastructure. They're heavily involved in Bitcoin. So just technical issues. This has happened before, guys. Right? I've been Genesis Mining for over a year. This has happened, but every single time they have paid me. This is not like any other program that runs a script, right? This is a different beast. All right, this is a different beast, guys. It's just these companies will have technical issues that run into this sort of stuff, and it's just part of the game. It's part of the playing field, right? It's like, you know, you go onto a football field and you play football. Well, then you're subjected to that environment, right? So if it's wet for that day, you're going to have a real hard time stepping left and right, as opposed to when it was a dry track. You can easily run in and out, step left and right. But with this mining and the infrastructure and the way it's all set up, your business has to, you know, evolve, and it's limited to your environment. And we're talking Bitcoin, we're talking mining, we're talking many fluctuations, we're talking the infrastructure that they have, the facility, the cooling. There's a lot of things technical wise, and then they're talking. Then you add in things like security, major hackings happening. I just recently watched a video with John McPhee. If you guys don't know what John McPhee is, you need to catch up on your stuff. Anyway, he basically created the first virus software that runs on your PC called McPhee, and He's the one that went on publicly said that he'll eat his beep if Bitcoin doesn't go to 500,000. But I recently just watched a video on John McPhee, and he basically said everything is hackable. It's just, I mean, you can't avoid it. It's just like people can hack into your phone. People can steal your Bitcoin. People can steal your private keys. Everything that is on your phone and on your cellular phone is hackable. So don't think that your apps are not hackable, because your phone is designed to tell you where you are. It sends a GPS signal, and it also sends a signal to the different towers. So then this device can be is a vulnerability, can be a vulnerability too, because when you download the apps, they can have software on your phone running, and when you go and do your Bitcoin transactions, or you go into an app or anything, right, and when you press these numbers on your phone, what happens is there's software that detects if it's opening up a Jax wallet or a Mycelium wallet or a Bitcoin what is it, blockchain app, right? And then once you pin in your PIN number or your password, it can take this, take a snapshot of your account and then send it off to hackers that can hack your system. So yeah, I was really quite scared when I saw that video. So basically everything's hackable. It's just making it hard for them, because they don't really know what they're doing, right? They get into your system and then they have to figure out. So right now there's hackers in China, Chechnya, Russia, basically China's, Korea, North Korea. There's basically hackers all around the world, and what they do is they run this, they get a control of your device, whether it's a computer or a printer or your fridge or anything that's connected to the Internet of Things, and they hack that device, and then they get into other devices, and then what they can do is they run this piece of software or malware on your computer or your phone, and what it does is it detects anything to do with Bitcoin or cryptocurrency, and then it goes back and it tells, and then it goes through its protocol of what it does next. So then it sends this information back to the people that can spy on you, and then all of a sudden they know that you've got a device or you've got something on your PC that holds Bitcoin, right? So then what they'll do is, and this happens over time, then they'll try to hack into your PC or system and put in some key logging type of software on your computer, and then they can watch you once you type in your password for your Bitcoin or your password to get into your Exodus account or anything online. They can actually hack it and steal your Bitcoin. If they can get the private keys, they can actually just walk in and take all your Bitcoin. So it's really alarming, very alarming. That's why always have as much security as you can, and always log out of all your systems, and don't leave yourself open. Have two-factor. People don't take this stuff seriously. Honestly, they don't until they get hacked, and then they wonder why. Okay, let's just go on to the next thing, guys. So that's Genesis. Genesis will be ready. You should have your payment. What's today? Today is Wednesday. I'm expecting it to Friday or Saturday. No biggie, right? I'm probably going to get 4 or 5 days worth. So whatever, right? I'll just get that in one hit. No biggie. So just don't. For those of people that are new to Genesis, yeah, obviously, you're probably concerned because you're used to rev shares or other programs that are not real businesses. They're just basically running a script You know, and you're thinking the same thing's going to happen. Okay, so I can tell you now, Genesis are the real deal. Every business has technical issues and runs, and especially with such a big business like Genesis, it's you know, it can affect, like one thing can affect the whole system, right? So that's why they said that they got IT people working on it now. I think I just saw a post. Someone said that they actually got an email from Genesis saying that IT people are working on it now, and they'll fix it. As soon as they fix it, all the payments will be done. Okay, so don't sweat it, guys. I've been with Genesis for over a year. Out of all the programs that I've ever done, this is a fact. Out of all the programs I've ever done online, I've all disappeared. Genesis has stayed there, and I wish I should have built it sooner. I wish I should have put more money into it. I wish I should have put 10 grand into it every month. But I, you know, I was too busy doing other programs, which have failed me. And your programs now are good and sweet. They're all sweet, you know. Everything's sweet, just like MPA, MPCA, everything's sweet, all right? But at some point, they're going to stop paying you. And we're going to have this conversation. Many people have had this conversation with me. They're like, oh, no, it's going to last forever, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'm not trying to piss on your parade. I'm just trying to give it to you raw and straight into your face, because you need to know about this stuff. And when it does fail, then you probably won't come back to me and say, oh, you know what, NG, you're right, mate. You're right. You won't say that. You won't, because you just won't do it, right? You won't come back to me and say that you're wrong, right? And even me, I won't even point the finger, and I won't even say, I told you so. I mean, I don't give a shit. It's just like, I just want to give you the information that I know, that I've learned over the last freaking 10 years, right? Guys, I know I've been in this space for a long time, right? I've got to the top in many programs. I live here. I work here full time. I don't have a job. I still make shitloads of money, right? And I'm telling you now, the programs that you're going to do, that you're doing right now, will stop paying you. So I'm not here to debate that or disagree or anything, agree or disagree. I'm just telling you, that's the deal. They're paying you now. It's all sweet, but wait, they'll stop paying you soon. Check this out. This is not a ball bearing one. It's just a cheapy one. This one's for all you chain coin hodlers. Check it out. So I got my spinner. See how this one's pretty shit, because it's still, there's a ball bearing in it, but I mean, some of these spinners, they spin for like 10 minutes. This one's already stopped. Right? So when you have a problem, this is my whole point. When there's an issue online, or there's a problem, haven't been paid, or you know, you bought some chain coin and you're worried because, you know, chain coin's gone down, or anything that happens online, right? And you start shitting your pants, right? Yeah, chain coin's gone back down to 86 cents. No biggie, right? Get one of these things, right? And spin it, right? And just chill. Just chill. Just watch it. Feel it move in your hand. Take a deep breath. And just chill. That's it. That's all you got to do. Don't stress. There's no need to stress about this stuff. Just chill, man. Right? There's ball bearing ones that spin for like ages. I don't know what the world record is, but this one's pretty shit. As you can tell, it only spins for about a minute. So I'm not worried about chain coin. Chain coin's probably going to go to 10 or 15 bucks, 20 bucks. If it takes 6 months to get there, who cares? I'm still earning. I got my first chain coin payments, guys, from my masternode. I need to log into my server to find out. I need to log into the server, and then I need to log into the encrypted side of the masternode, which I can't do now, but it'll show me my chain coin that I've earned. But now I've got my tech guy to flip the chain coin into my account automatically. So when I get my chain coin, I'll just automatically get that paid to my chain coin account. which I can't show you because it won't show you through this software. So let's get on to the next. So just chill, guys. You know what I mean? Don't stress over this stuff. If you're still working a day job, still work your day job. Don't stress over this stuff. You need for things to happen. You need to be patient, right? And you need to be patient, and you need to allow time for things to happen. It doesn't happen when you want it to happen. Okay. So what do I think of August the 1st SegWit? What do I think of August the 1st and SegWit? Well, I don't give a shit. I don't care. It doesn't affect me. You know why? Because I've got my Bitcoin offline. I couldn't care less. Why are people making a big deal over it? Guess what? I mean, seriously, people are making a big deal over it. Why? If it splits, guess what? You get both Bitcoins. Like, people are sweating over stuff for no reason. Why? If Bitcoin's dropping, well, then you should have flipped it to fiat. But even if you don't, it doesn't matter because it's going to come back. All right? Bitcoin's going to come back in price. So as long as you don't sell, you don't lose. All right? Don't sweat it, guys. Too many people sweat this stuff for no reason. So let me show you this. Is there going to be a split? Is there going to be what's going to happen with SegWit? Blah, 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 blah. Who really cares? What I think is going to happen is there will be a split. There will be a split because Bitcoin Cash is backed by our good little friend Bitmain and a few other miners, and they want Bitcoin to split because they have their interest, their own best interest at heart, because because they're making a shitload of money, hundreds and thousands of dollars a day probably, or a week from Bitcoin, because they're mining it, and they don't want things to change. They want the profits to keep coming in, right? Because they secure the network through their mining. So should they have full control over it? No. Do they have a lot of pull and pull and say? Yes, they do. Because without miners, without proof of work, then none of the transactions get secured into the blockchain. And miners do that, and they get a reward because of it. So, that's why they're doing this. That's why they want a hard fork. That's why they've already created Bitcoin Cash, BCC, not the other crappy BCC, the real BCC, which is Bitcoin Cash, right? That's what it is. And at the moment, it's $395. But here's the good news, guys. Here is the good news. If you have Bitcoin into your Trezor or your Ledger or any offline wallet, which you should have already put into, right? Which I bought my Trezor 6 months ago because I wanted to secure my Bitcoin, right? Which you should have done now because you can't get them now. Or you could get them, but they're in high demand. Even Ledgers are sold out. You could probably get some keepers. I don't know. But they're the three main ones that seem to be the main ones. So if you've got your Bitcoin in your Trezor and there's a hard fork, I don't think it's going to happen on August the 1st. I think it's going to happen after that. Guess what? You get 2 Bitcoin. Meaning you're going to get this Bitcoin Cash. Right? When there's a split in the chain, you're going to get your normal Bitcoin, which is your Bitcoin Classic or your Bitcoin Core. And you're going to get your Bitcoin Cash, which is now worth $400. That's why I'm laughing. Because I'm spinning this thing and it sucks. It's not doing its job. It's kind of weird. It doesn't go too long. It's a cheapie. This one costs $2, this spinner. But that's why I'm not worried. I'm happy. I'm happy there's going to be a split because I'm going to get more Bitcoin and I'm going to get Bitcoin Cash and it's worth $400 each and I've got a lot of Bitcoin. So that is why I'm happy that August 5th is coming about and people are shitting themselves because they make stupid decisions based on fear and not thinking about it rationally, right? So I'm happy because I do the opposite of what people do. Okay? So I'm excited about August the 1st. Do I care what happens? No, I don't care what happens because I've got my Bitcoin secured, and when there's a split, which I think will happen, there'll be a hard fork whenever that happens, mid-September or whenever that actually happens. Who knows? I'll get 2 Bitcoin. It means I'm going to make more money. So don't sweat it, guys. Don't sweat it at all. The first thing you can do is to get your Bitcoin off. I said this in a live stream the beginning of the month. Get your Bitcoin off the exchange because they hold your private keys. That means they own your Bitcoin. You do not own your Bitcoin. You just think that you own it because you have put it into an exchange like it's putting into a bank, and your money is held by a bank which will hopefully do the right thing, but they always do the right thing for themselves, and the bank holds your money, and then they've got another organization that holds that watches the bank, which holds your money, right? So it's just like a bank. At the moment, if you've got your Bitcoin in an exchange, you've got it in a bank and you do not have control over it, right? They have control over it, right? And they make more and more money off it every day. So right now, your Bitcoin is in an exchange. You're an idiot. Get it off the exchange or flip it into something else because they have the private keys, and whatever they run or whatever they go with, whether that's SegWit or whether that's this BCC or whatever protocol they run, right? Guess what? You're going to have to do the same because your Bitcoin is on their exchange. Because your Bitcoin is on their exchange, they have your private keys. So that's why you take your Bitcoin off the exchange and put it on your Trezor, which you should have bought 6 months ago. And then you have the private keys, right? So then you have control over it. So just know that you need to get your Bitcoin off the exchange ASAP. Okay? I need to get another spinner because this one's a cheapie. Not even a minute and it stops. So let me just go back to here. So guys, if you've got any questions, feel free to fire them away. Yep, you need 1,000. Yeah, at the moment, REIT, Chaincoin is cheap. You know, I got my first masternode set up, and it's giving me like 2 or 3 Chaincoin a day. It's not much. I know it's not much, but I'm looking long term. If Chaincoin gets to 10 or 20 bucks by the end of the year, like, you know, you got to look at long term. You know, my income's going to increase. Plus, I've got more there for masternodes. I've just got to set it up. So the hodling movement's, you know, well behind Chaincoin. It's just the dumpers and the haters, which hopefully have left. Someone is selling a Chaincoin masternode on eBay. You know what? Pashish. There's no laws actually to say that you can't. You know, obviously if you trust that person, trust the seller, they'll probably set up the masternode for you. In fact, if you trust that person, that's probably a good thing. The only thing they can sort of screw you on is if they don't give you the Chaincoin. But then again, if they've set that if they've set that chain coin up on a virtual server already, they've already, like, to set my chain coin up, it was a bit of a pain in the ass, but it can be done. But if they've already set that chain coin up on a masternode, all they need to do is switch the password. You need to take over the account of the virtual private server, or they could do some deal with the server side of it. But they've already set the masternode up, so all you got to do is pretty much pay them if you trust them. Then they'll just give you access to the chain coin, and then put your wallet address in the masternode when they run the script, and then you get your chain coin every day, and also you have ownership of the chain coin. So you have to be very careful if you buy that on the technical side of it, because they can if they're shady, they know what they're doing, they can rip you off. Yeah, look, I recommend everyone that is with Bitcoin or has Bitcoin or is dealing with Bitcoin, you need to have an offline wallet. There's no ifs or buts. You must have an offline wallet, because if you have an offline wallet, you carry it. You have the Bitcoin, right? You have the Bitcoin on you. There's no one can take it. All right? This is my Trezor. I've got a black Trezor. And that's what I use. So then there's no, I have this on me 24/7. Okay? This never leaves me. Even if they try to hack into this, the chances of them hacking into this are very, very unlikely. Because first of all, they need to know my 4-digit PIN, which I haven't written down anywhere. It's in my head. All right, my 4-digit PIN, and then they need to have my passphrase. I think it was 20 words, 24 words. They need to have my password phrase, right? To get into that as well. So they have to have either or. Now with my Trezor, every time they try to put in my password, my PIN number, every time they do it, I think it's like you have to wait like 30 seconds, and then you have to wait like a minute, then you have to wait like 5 minutes, then it goes to like half an hour, and I think if you miss 9 passwords, it goes out to like 350 years or something. They have to wait before they can type your next password in. So it's pretty good, pretty hacker proof. But then again, I'm not taking any chances with my Bitcoin. I don't trust no exchanges. If I have my Bitcoin in my exchange, I do my transactions, and then I move it. Either flip it or move it into something else, because I don't trust them. They can't be trusted, right? And I want to make sure my Bitcoin is secure, so I buy my Trezor. So either buy a Trezor or a Ledger. But if you're serious about your money, then you will buy one. Like, why would you not buy one? It makes no sense. It costs you less than $100, or about $112 plus shipping, and I paid with Bitcoin. And at the time, Bitcoin was high, so you can even pay with Bitcoin. So wait till Bitcoin gets to $3,000, then pay with Bitcoin. It's going to cost you sweet FA. So I think you just have to diversify, guys. It's very important to diversify. I've got many things going, but I do want to go into offline mining as well. Just have my own little rig set up, and have that going, having that churning away for me. Because we're going to move out of this place soon, and we're going to get into a house pretty soon. Maybe buy a house. So then I'm going to have all my setup in there, right? Have my miners in there. I'll mine multiple crypto. I won't just mine Ethereum and Dash and Litecoin. I'm even seriously thinking about getting some Bitcoin miners. It's not that not as profitable, but I don't want to have everything. Like, I just don't want to have all Dash miners. Something happens to Dash, you're screwed. Have multiple miners, you know. So it wouldn't be hard to set all that up. It'd probably take me maybe a couple of weeks to get my head around it. But there's a lot of people on YouTube that have already done it. You just got to follow videos. But it's just buying the stuff. So the infrastructure, the equipment probably cost, I don't know, anywhere from 20 to 30K. And then you could probably get that going at probably, I don't know, it depends on what miners you buy. Anywhere from 200 to 500 bucks a day. So, and that just runs 24/7 for you. So I want to set that up because I still got stuff that I do online, but I always cover my ass. I don't want to rely just on programs because they will all stop paying you. I don't want to rely just on trading because there's trading, Bitcoin's down, or there's a red day, everything's down. I just want to have multiple streams and multiple backups. So if one fails, I always have money coming in, no matter what. So it's think about that. It means you're gonna have to learn new stuff. You're gonna have to really get in there, put some time into it, put some money into it, and set it all up so you got multiple things, or even just have people do it for you. And then I've got so much that I can do. I've just gone into my third ICO as well, so I'm quite excited about that because I think the 3 ICOs, I know 2 are going to be really good, and I'm waiting on. Actually, I can't show you. If I open it up, I don't want to show you, but so I'll probably go. What's the date now? The 26th of August, probably go into another 3 more ICOs. So I have 6 ICOs that I'll invest in July, and then in August probably another 4 or 5 in August. So I could have invested up to 10 ICOs by the end of August, and then I'll be able to start to flip them, start to cash out, and hopefully see some returns pretty soon. I haven't put a lot of money into these ICOs. I'm just testing the waters, and then but there's a couple of them that are really looking good, and I might go big into them. I don't know, might throw 3 or 4 Bitcoin at it just to see what happens. But again, it's a risk. It's really risky, right? But the returns are there, right? If something returns 20x, you're laughing. So it's all a learning process. So I'm excited about that because I think ICOs are awesome. You can make a lot of money fast. I'm just going to go through some of these questions. Sorry, guys. I've been rabbiting on a bit. Yeah, Genesis has got a lot of miners, mate. Yeah, bro. Absolutely, Nikhil. Absolutely, mate. Exactly what you said. Hash Ocean, Lara, MPA, MPCA. Exactly, mate. So that's why I've been into many programs, man, and every program has failed. Every program, right? This is the last 10 years. Let me repeat that, all right? Let me repeat what I just said. In the last 10 years that I've been doing stuff online, and this is just on and off too. So I wasn't full-time online because I had a job, right? I've only been on full-time online the last 16 months, but I've been going in and out, had several businesses, working jobs, blah, blah, blah. But if you sort of compress everything, about 10 years, I bought my first internet marketing course, cost me $500 in 2004. That's now 2017. So there was a big break there of about 6 years where I completely went offline. I didn't. I was still online, but I was playing games. but I didn't touch any I did no programs or nothing. So I was going in and out of the internet, but I always came back to the internet because I always thought I saw it as a future. I just didn't know what vehicle, you know. And then I've done a lot of things, had a lot of success with rev shares too. I love rev shares. I just think the models, I think the people, there's a lot of things still need to be done with rev shares. But yeah, back to my point. In the last 10 years, pretty much, well, I can guarantee you, I can say this openly, everything has failed. Everything that I've ever joined is either not running or has scammed. Everything, everyone, not just one or two, everything, 100%. Maybe I should have joined Amway. I don't know, they're still going. What about Amway and Herbalife? Hey, they're still going. But if you want to earn chicken feed and work your ass off, go right ahead. But they are still paying. So, you know, that says something, right? Everything, not just one or two things, every program. And what I noticed that every year, including myself, I'm not excluding myself from this. Every year, there's a new bunch of programs, and everyone, and I watch everyone in the industry, even big leaders, every year they'll be promoting something else, and every year, from the previous year, they're not doing that program, right? So that tells you that every year, around about every year, a year and a half, but it's usually sooner, people are not promoting the same program, or they're doing another program, or they've just left that program, but they're doing something new. So there's a constant change in the industry. Programs fall off, people disappear with money, and then the people that promoted something, including myself, have to promote something else. And it's a constant thing, right? So you're forever, this is the cycle of online. You're forever going to be joining new programs. And there's programs now, which I won't name, which are really good. I've mentioned them many times, which are really good now. Which are really good. Let me rephrase that. Let me point out the most important word in that sentence. There's programs out there that are really good now. Okay? Now they're really good. MPA was really good 1 year ago. It paid. There was thousands of people that joined it. There's plenty of good programs now that are paying now. Are they going to pay in another year's time? Probably not. In fact, I can tell you most of them won't be. Most of them won't be around. Right? So I'm just giving it to you raw and straight up from what I know and what I've experienced in the last 10 years. And people can agree or disagree with me. I don't care. I really don't care whether you disagree with me or agree with me. I don't care. Okay? So all I care about is making sure that my income streams do not disappear. So what I've learned in the last 10 years is what I've just told you, right? So you need to cover your ass and have multiple income streams, because if you're in programs, which are great, they're awesome, they pay you now, but they won't pay you in a year's time, and you'll be doing something else soon. So always have backup programs, but you will always be going into new programs, and consider offline investments, consider offline income streams, whether that's real estate or whether that's putting your money into a business, have Bitcoin running, do your trading, have your Bitcoin portfolio, do your online programs, have multiple things going, multiple things paying you, because if one thing fails, you've always got multiple backups. And I think that's the best answer I can give anyone who's just starting out. That's what I would suggest, right? To go into one program to think, and I made this mistake, All right. This is why I'm telling you this stuff, because I made the mistakes. I'm not saying I'm a saint or anything. I'm telling you this is what happened to me. All right. And now I'm learning from that, and I'll try to pass this knowledge on to you, whether you agree or you disagree. I don't care, but here it is, right? That's why you cover your ass and do multiple income streams, because if you get too involved in one program and it stops paying you, you're screwed, okay? So that's what I'm saying. I tell you this stuff to help you, because at the end of the day, I don't care, okay? Look, my views on BitConnect are quite clear. All right, it's paying now. Okay, is it legit? Well, if you look into it and you think it's legit, then you think it's legit. It comes down to the person's opinion, right? But I've made Bitcoin Connect very clear on what it is. Okay, so to those people that are doing Bitcoin Connect, nothing against you people. I just wish you had an honest conversation with people and tell people what it really is. All right, that's all I'm saying. If you can't have an honest conversation with anyone and say what it is, then you really need to question yourself. If it's a scam or if it's something that's unethical, tell people what it is. Don't hide the truth. That's my conversation I had, and that's the video I made. And there's a lot of people that really got hot and bothered about that. That's what they got hot and bothered about, because I told them to have an honest conversation with the next person that's joining the program and tell them up front that you're getting paid 7%, and then it's 2%, and then 1%, and you're going to get 40% back on your money per month, right? Do you seriously think, where's that money coming from, right? And then to tell people up front, have an honest conversation with them. And a lot of people got upset at me when I told them that, right? Just, that's all I'm saying. If it's whatever it is, tell them what it is. Then people understand what it is, and then when they get into it, there's no comeback on you, because you had an honest conversation with them in the beginning. You told them up front, like, dude, this thing could, this could be a scam, but it's making me this money now. Okay, so then in 3 months, 12 months time, they come back to you and said, you know what? These are the scenarios. They come back to you and said, hey, you told me that it wasn't a scam, and I joined my money, and I lost my money. Or they'll come back to you and you go, you know what, Bob? You told me it was a scam, and I put money in it, and I lost the money, but I made some money too. But are you upfront with me? That's what I'm saying. That is what I said in my video, and people got upset at me because I was telling the truth and told them to have an honest conversation. Right? That's my conclusion with BitConnect. Questa, look, I have friends in Questa. I don't, where do I think it's going to go? I don't know. I don't know where it's going to go, but they're having issues paying with certain countries due to legality issues. So from my limited knowledge that I have with Questa, I heard they have an all-star team. Excuse me. And these are the same team advisors that on some advisory board that is similar to Warren Buffett or something like that. So they're experts in financial investments. This is what I'm told. And they got multiple things. Questa pays like, I think, 5% a week, something like that. So that's pretty much my knowledge on Questa. Where do I think it's going to go? I don't know. I'm not in it. But again, comes down to taking some personal responsibility. You put your money into a program, then you're governed by whatever happens in that program. your whatever happens in BitConnect, whatever happens in MPA, whatever happens in MPCA, whatever happens in Questo, right? You're giving that money to the people that run the show, so you have no comeback, right? Because you agree the terms, conditions that are bound to what they said, and if they lose the money, too bad, all right. So that's, you got to understand that. Another way to look at it is just take some personal responsibility and manage your money better. You manage it and put it into something that you control. That's my opinion on it. But you know, you get into this stuff, you shouldn't be crying, right? You're an adult. You got into the stuff. You know the terms, conditions. You know the risk. Don't blame anyone but yourself when you get into this stuff, because if you were told that it was something else and you were deceived into it, then you got a case. But you should have done your due diligence prior to that and coming into it. And then if it didn't work out, then that's on you. But if you were deceived into it and your upline told you it was something that not to make a commission off you, then you've got every right to jump up and down, because that is just shit. That's shit when people say that stuff. Right? So I'm going to do a couple more questions and I'm going to call this live stream. So ICOs are very risky, right? But they're also very profitable, because it's the wild, wild west now with ICOs. So they're very, very risky, guys. I found a really cool site. I'm trying to find it to show you guys. Oh man, where was it? I saw it yesterday. Oh, what was it called? Sorry guys, there was a cool site that gives me all the stats on... It's not ICO stats, it's another site. It gives me all the stats of all the ICOs ever launched and the return on investment of the ICOs, right? So then it gives you an average. That's not it. It gives you an average of what ICOs went for and what they sold for when you bought into the ICO, like how much the tokens cost, and then it gave you a snapshot of all the ICOs launched and what they returned after, when they went on the public exchange. For example, here it is, tokendata.io. This is a really cool site, okay, because what happens is it's got this is it here. Let me just minimize my screen a bit. All right, I see token data. All right, so then it's got the ICO names, all right, and then it's got for example, let's have a look. These are all the ICO launch. Okay, for example, that's why I really like this QTUM. I bought some QTUM the other day, or QTUM, I don't know what it's called. QTUM, it launched on April the 17th. The tokens were 30 cents, which is quite high for tokens. And now the return on your investment, okay, your token return was 17x. Okay, so meaning, I'll put this in layman's terms, if you bought 1 Bitcoin of QTUM on April the 1st, on April the 3rd, the 16th, the 4th, yeah, April, say late March to mid-April, that's when the ICO launched. It went for a month. They cost 30 cents. They sold for, and now they're $5.31. 17.32x return. So in other words, if you spent 1 Bitcoin you would now have 17 Bitcoin. 17 Bitcoin. Okay? Let me do another one. This one is huge. I totally missed the boat on this one. This happened in May. I didn't even know about ICOs in May. All I probably knew about them. I didn't pay any attention to them. I probably didn't know what ICO stood for. Veritasium, okay? This is by Reggie Middleton, financial guru, dude that pretty much called out all the banks and called out what happened in the 2008-2009 crash. His ICO / token is called Veritasium or Veritae. It basically means truth in Latin, and they were high. They were $5.64. What it does, it's like a artificial intelligence kind of machine that you buy tokens into it, and it spits out and it tells you based on number crunching whatever result that you might want. Okay, and then you can then lend that token out, and then people can use those tokens kind of hedge. It's all financial terms in it, but that ICO was a lot of money. It was $5.64 for a token. What the hell? That was a launch of the ICO. If you bought into that, if you believed in Reggie Middleton, you would have 27.43x your money. Again, in layman's terms, if you would have put 1 BTC on that ICO and it launched in May, you would have 27 BTC now. So the current return, and this is the current token price. So the price has gone down, but initially when, you know, that's what you could have got. So I could go on and on. Have a look at this site. It's called tokendata.io. It's pretty cool. So you can tell why I am doing ICOs. I'm just looking through this list now. Because I look at this list, I look at all the information, I look at ICOs, I look at everything every day, so then I know what's going on. And I'll have all this in my course, which I'll be releasing in August, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to have a course on exactly step by step, exactly what to do from A to Z on how to evaluate an ICO and then how to get into it, the how to buy it, how to get your Ethereum, how to, you know, exactly what to do. Then I'm going to have my picks and my predictions on what I've got into. Okay, you're going to see what I've actually purchased. You're going to see how they've fared, and just depending on how many people purchase that course / membership, then every week we can have live webinars and then talk about the upcoming ICOs, what you know, the details, specifications about all those ICOs and why, because there's a lot of things that you need to know about ICOs, or you're going to lose your money. All right, and once you understand all this sort of stuff, you'll be able to, when you see an ICO launch, you'll just know straight away, nah, that's good, that's bad, that's good. Because once you know the specs on it, you know, it's a lot easier. But you got to get a couple under your belt before you you get a feel of this stuff. It's not going to be hard. So you want to get onto these ICOs that make 10x, 20x, right? Because it's just a matter of buying tokens. So I'll show you how to do it properly, and then you just sit and wait, and once they go on the exchange, you cash out, all right, and hopefully make some money. So with this list, not many have failed. Obviously, they're going to show the best list. There's a lot of scams already out now, so I'll show you how not to get into those scams. But most of them, just scrolling down, most of them, some of them are pretty average. Some of them have returned less than what the token is, but obviously, you know, you're not going to go into tokens that are going to cost you $5 unless it's a Veritasium. I mean, there's very few Reggie Middletons out around in this world. Okay, he's a very, very smart and intelligent guy, right? You know, there's this one here, Civic, all right? That was by Vinny. Can't remember his last name. It just finished, which I missed this one. 10 cents. It's now $1.55. Sorry, yeah, it was $1.55. No, sorry, my bad. It's now 15 cents. It was 22 cents the other day. So you would have doubled your money, but it's only still early days because Civic just came onto Bittrex not long ago. Okay, so this is why I like Civic, because I think it's going to be, I don't know, it's going to be a lot more by the end of the year. Okay, so Civic's a good one. I like Civic. I wish I should have got into that. I'm just looking at the stats now, comparing them. So there's some big names in here. Bancor didn't do that well. See, Bancor was a $160 million ICO that sold out within hours, I believe, and it was $3.85 for the token, and now the current token's only worth $1.80. See, so it pays not to get involved in all the hype, but this is all stuff that I'm going to show you anyway, guys. So no biggie. Okay, I'm looking at the stats. I'm thinking, and there's ways to actually get into these ICOs cheaper as well, which I'll go through all the course as well. Okay, so you can buy at the ICO stage, or you can buy cheaper. So you get the first crack at it, and that's where you really make the money, which I'll show you how to do that. So this course is going to help you people with ICOs. You can make a lot of money with it, all right? I'm still putting it all together. It's going to take me a month to do this because there's a lot of information, and I need to record a lot of videos as well, like face-to-face videos. So once I set all that up and do those videos, so I expect it in about a month or so, towards the end of August, because I'm really busy, and I've got to do a visa run too. So that'll be all ready for you guys that are interested in ICOs. I think they're extremely profitable, but it's a big minefield at the moment, right? So it's just another thing too that you can add to your portfolio to make some money. Okay, so let me just go through the NODFD 1977. I keep on seeing those names pop up. Hey Monica, how you going? Hey Seth. Yeah, look, you have to be, if with ICOs, if you're not into taking risks and stuff, it's probably not for you. Okay, because you know it is quite risky, but you know it's like anything, right? The people that made the biggest biggest risk got the biggest reward. Okay, so it's not for everyone. Plexin coin, what I think of Plexin coin, I honestly I don't have any. I don't like it. I don't like it. If you talk to any real crypto people that are into ICOs, that are into crypto space, and unless it's a really big deal and it's a really big technically with their white paper's very technical, all that sort of stuff, the true crypto people, they sort of tend to steer away from investment type deals or lending or something like, as in it looks like a MLM or a scam. Like the way that the money's created, it just looks really shady. And then when you talk to anyone that's into ICOs, that does YouTube videos, that does all that sort of stuff, you can tend to spot these type of ICOs. or I'm not saying it's a scam. I'm not saying this stuff about Plexcoin or BTC, Bitcoin Connect. I'm just saying it's just shady. It's just shady why Bitcoin Connect haven't got their white paper. You can't see their source code. You can't see the robot. It's just a lot of shady things about it. And when there's coins and ICOs in this industry that you can just look at them and you just have a feel that they're just shady or they have some sort of MLM kind of component to it, I shy away from them. Okay, I don't want to be involved in any type of MLM type of referral program where they build the actual coin from recruiting and giving away commissions, high commissions. I don't like that at all. All right, it's just too shady. That's my opinion on Plexcoin. You know, I just don't have a good feel about it. Yeah, the Bitcoin Connect. The Genesis, as I said before, they will pay in a couple of days once everything's sorted, and they probably dump their Ether because right now Ether's going down, right? So they're managing their crypto. So that's what that is. That I did see that video, Murray. So only makes sense to dump the Ether because Ether's going down, right? They probably flipped it into Litecoin. And you'll see that Litecoin has picked up again. And the reason why is people are flipping out of Bitcoin into Litecoin. But here's the thing. With Litecoin, people just look at Litecoin as just an alternative to Bitcoin to flip into. But Litecoin stands on its own, right? Litecoin stands on its own. I think it's got like, I don't know what the market cap is now. People aren't taking Litecoin seriously. Litecoin's like 4 on the list, then Ethereum. You know, Ethereum's, I'm not a big fan of Ethereum at the moment. Ripple, Ripple's not going to make a lot of money for you. It's long term. I did a YouTube video on return on investments, and I told you why Bitcoin's probably one of the worst investments to keep your money in. It's good and stable, but it's not for growth wise. So you probably saw that live stream, how I said to put it into upcoming good coins like Civic. I think Civic's a good coin. I also think OMG's also, I think, has a lot of potential. So put your money into these lower coins which have a good growth spurt right now, which can give you a higher return on your investment. And then once you make that initial profit, then flip it back into Bitcoin. This is just me personally doing it. I'm not giving you advice. But there's a lot of coins like this. I think I rattled off about 10 of them in that live stream. So if you haven't watched it, just go back on my Facebook and go back on my YouTube, and you'll see that live stream that I did. So as you can see, BTC is going down, but don't sweat it. You can either flip it into Litecoin, or you're going to get 2 BTC anyway. See? So people are panicking here. See, BTC is going down because people are panicking. Now it's 2,400. See, this is just all panic selling. That's what this is. Okay. And why Litecoin's going up is because these people here are flipping. They're not going into Ethereum. They're flipping into Litecoin. See, now Litecoin's going back up. See, they're flipping into Litecoin. And before, Ethereum was the staple, but now it's having its own issues. So people don't trust Ethereum right now because ICOs are making it crash and bottlenecking. See? So, see this is slowly going down. So, Don't sweat the 1st of August. Just have your Bitcoin off the any exchanges, and you're going to be sweet. Hey Paul, how you going? Okay, cool. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, Gigawatt's a good operation. I think John McPhee's invested in that as well. So Dave Carlson's, I think, the CEO of that facility, or runs that company or whatever, right? But I think John McPhee's also involved in that as well. John McPhee owns Virus McPhee. I think he has a he's an investor in that as well. So that project is good. It's a long-term thing as well, that Gigawatt. It's a good project. And I'm just going to check Facebook, and then I'm going to let you guys go, guys. Yeah, you could invest in gold and silver for long term, but they're not going to increase. Silver will increase, John, Matt, and silver will increase. But gold, I don't see gold going anywhere too soon. If you're interested in ICOs, Matt, then when my course comes out, you can buy it. And we'll. I'm going to turn it into a membership course, but I really want to. I think the benefit with that course is having hands-on information every week, where you can then just, if you want to, you can get onto a hangout, and then you can discuss things like, what do you think about this? I don't get this, or I don't understand this, or why is this, or why do you think, this is what I'm getting into, or whatever. So you can actually communicate through something like a hangout, which is, I think, is going to get the most benefit, because then you can actually ask questions directly with me, and also I'm going to try to get other experts on, which are going to help you obviously try to make the right decisions on what ICOs to buy, and hopefully make some money. That's the whole point of it. Yeah, the thing with cryptos is you got to look at, and this is the thing with ICOs as well, if there's a big volume or a big supply, for me, I don't really like it unless it's a big deal, unless it's a big team behind it, unless it's a really big project, like it's an Ethereum, or it's like a Dash, but the coin supply matters the most. I mean, it doesn't say matters the most, but it's a big deal. Because if you get into things like Ripple or NEM that have a big coin supply, it means it's got to go into hundreds of billions of market cap, right? It's got to have a couple of $100 billion in market cap, or even $1 trillion in market cap for you to make any money in it. That's why I said in my last live stream, take it out of these things like Bitcoin and NEM and Ripple, and flip it into other ICOs like Civic or Metal, or these ones that have a lot of promise, but they're still cheap, and they're going to 10 or 20x in a year, as opposed to Bitcoin, as opposed to Ripple, as opposed to NEM, because NEM and Ripple are not going to go up a lot in the next 12 months. They're certainly not going to double, right? Because their market, the circulation is too big, and they've got to get into hundreds of billions of dollars, even $1 trillion in market volume, in cap, for the price to go up. Right now, the market cap for cryptos is, let's have a look, it's 84 billion. It's dropped because of people are getting scared about Bitcoin. So at the most, it was 100 billion, 115 billion. So what does that tell you? It tells you that if you get into coins that have a big coin supply, if they have a big coin supply, I'll prove it right now. Okay, Dogecoin. Dogecoin hasn't gone anywhere. Okay, it's still less than a cent, and it won't go anywhere. And the reason why is people love Dogecoin, but the supply is too big. See the supply? It's 110 billion. This thing is not going to go up at all for a long, long time. For it to get to $1, the market cap's got to be in the trillion. It's not going to happen because the market cap for cryptocurrencies is right now 84 billion. It's not going to happen, right? Another one. NEM's not as bad, you know, it's only 9 billion. So that's not as bad, but it's 14 cents. It's not going to go up in value. Not much more. Not for a long time. I mean, these coins will go up in value in 5 years' time. They'll be worth a lot of money. But now they're not going to go up in the next 6 months. They're not going to go up, okay? Another one too is Ripple. Everyone knows Ripple. Look at the coin supply. 100 billion. Look at the price, 17 cents. Look at the market cap, 6 billion. Right? So for it to go to $1, okay, for it, let's just say it's got it. Let's say, for example, Ripple, it's now 17 cents. You buy in at 17 cents. For it to go to $1.70, the market cap's got to increase by tenfold, meaning it's got to go to 60 billion. It's not going to happen because the market cap for cryptocurrency is 84 billion. Okay, guys, do you get that point? So things like Ripple and NEM are not going to go up for a long time. Are they worth holding? Long term, yes. Short term, no, they're not. So, I mean, what do, right? You make your profit, like I said in the last live stream. You make your profit on these coins that are going to go up. They have more potential. That have just launched, like Metal, like OMG, like I could rattle off a whole if I could remember them, right? These upcoming, these are all sort of, you know, have potential. They're still cheap. You make your profit on that, then you flip it into Ripple and you flip it into these other staple ones, right? So I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to tell you guys. Again, this is what I do. What you do is up to you. But I'm just, you know, put a seed in your head. There's a lot of coins here. Digibyte, you know, that's took a big slump, but that's also good. I like Digibyte. Steam is another one. Lisk is another one. Library Coin, I've watched that. It keeps on going up. Verge, I like SafeCoin, Safe Exchange Coin. I like Civic. I like 10x Pay short term. What else? Storage Coin up a little bit. Burst Coin a little bit. They got hacked recently, but I still think they're a good coin. System I bought into. Factom long term. BAT long term. Sear Coin I like. Ethereum until they fix their problems. Patientory, I think it's overhyped. What else? There's so many here. This one, Particle, I'll have to look into that. Particle, P-A-R-T. Numerai, I bought some. That just keeps going up. It's in the $30 range already. Zcash long term. Humanic, bought some of that at ICO. Long term, I've already 4x my money. Rise, potentially, I have to look into that. Someone told me about Rise. Mystique, or Mysterium, sorry. That's could be a possibility. I have to look into it. I think I bought some. I can't remember. I have to double check. What else? Cloak term, long term. I don't know whether cloak term will survive. I don't know. It's one of those privacy coins. ETC, long term. Metal, I like Metal. What was this one? This one was Status. Yeah, I like Status. Litecoin, I've got a shitload of it. Love Litecoin. OMG, I got OMG. I like OMG. Qtum, I like that. Holding that. Lisk, holding that. Redcoin, probably not, because the volume's too big. Signals, that's yeah, that one's a bit don't need to keep an eye on that one. Monaco, probably short term. OK coin, yes, I like OK coin. As you can see, there's so many different coins. So go through the list, study them, and you get a feel. So as you can see, everything that I went over in my live stream today, there's a lot to absorb. Okay, I talked a little bit about Genesis. I talked about programs, their lifespan. Then I talked a little bit about where Bitcoin's going. I talked a little bit about trading, what coins that I feel I have potential. I talked a bit about ICO, how I'm going to bring a course out to help people with ICOs. And then I'm looking at doing some offline mining. And other than that, I've just got all my other stuff going. So as you can see, I'm pretty busy, but I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket. I'm spreading my risk. So if something happens somewhere, I can always go and make money somewhere else. Or I've constantly got the money coming in. That's the main goal. All right. So that's it, guys. Hope you found some value. Sorry if I didn't rabbit on too much, but you know, it's all good. Let's go to YouTube. Thanks everyone. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks everyone on YouTube. Alright guys, you guys have a fantastic day. Catch you guys later on. See yous.